finish off the round. The Melbourne Storm at their home ground, Amy Park, taking on the Roosters, led by Snicko Bro, who eventually will lead the side out onto the park. And the stage is absolutely set. Victoria's turned out on your Wednesday evening. And Snicko there, the mighty number one, leading out his side onto a packed out Amy Park here this evening in Melbourne. And the Storm taking their time, going to make the opposition wait. Slowly walking down out of the tunnel. Beautiful good evening to everyone. Eddie Oliver, as always, to take you on this beautiful ride both of these teams have set up for us this evening. And Captain Jack White captaining the Melbourne Storm this evening. It is going to be a brilliant contest. I'm very keen for it. We've got some beautiful matchups across the field. Both sides have a lot of strike when it comes through the middle and also out on the edges. Both fullbacks been electric to start the season. I'm very excited to get it underway. Is that the fullback there? Tamau has the ball set up on the tee. Getting himself composed for the kickoff. You never want to get these ones wrong, and we're underway. A beautiful kick off the boot, and to be taken by Snicko Bro, who's just going to wind it up himself, the fullback as well, being met there by some strong Melbourne defence on their own 15. Roosters, first play of the ball. And Lopez there to be brought down. They go right, and the ball at the back here to Strodinger. And just over the 30-metre mark now. Third tackle here for them. The early shift here from the Roosters. Matthews plays it out the back, and Snicko Bro can't go too far with it. Brought back to the 30-metre line, and pretty much exactly where the ball was played there for that set. Now they'll go left. Strodinger trying to find a hole, but he finds his front, though, to bring him down on the back up over the 40. 37 gained here for the Roosters. Good defence from the Storm early. Dolan, strong punt downfield, and to be collected by the winger in White. And off he goes. He goes straight around the initial defence, and a beautiful return there from Eddie White. Just short of the halfway mark now. Quick play the ball. They're going to come back left here, the Storm. Metcalf plays it off short to Mahalo. Oh, that is going to be a wild one that I'll get my head around very shortly. Oh, back on the inside, forward pass to the fullback, and the Storm turn the ball over in crucial field position. And they're going to give the Roosters an opportunity to go inside. A hospital pass there to Snicko. That's an interesting one, that. And now they're just going to be up here on an offload to Shaq Daddy there, being brought down on the 35-metre mark. And they'll send it left now. Igor McCuzzy to be brought down just on the 30-metre mark. And a run here from Hugh Mann. A good run there from the number 9. Getting himself involved in the game early towards the end of the set. Getting them into some good attacking field position. Set up down the short side. McCuzzy plays it out the back. It gets picked up. Metcalf ricocheted off his second rower. And a bit of lackluster there from the Roosters. Not being able to find the rhythm early. A big shot put on. The referee calls play on. It gets picked up by White. That is an extraordinary call. The referee not calling a knock on there. And the fullback there, very well handled by the Roosters defence. Third tackle. They go here to Juicy J. And he'll be brought down there just on the 35. They go left now. And Jack White, a good fend off. He finds his way through the line. And Snicko Bro's up very quickly there to bring him down. And he's slowing down that play of the ball as well to give his side just a bit of a breath of fresh air after having to get back on side. Galaxy, strong kick downfield, and a bit of work to do here for Jackson Chapman on the kick return. He took a second to get up to speed, and look at the defence there from the Melbourne Storm, driving them back. The crowd staying composed so far. It's been a grindy affair so far, 6 minutes into the game. And the Roosters this time will have their ball in their own half. Chapman trying to put on the spin, but quickly cancelled out there by Craven Gooch. And he'll be brought down there. Logan Strodinger, beautiful run. And collected quickly there from the offload on Igor McCuzzy. Strong tackle around the legs there from Jack White. Left they go. This time they go to Lopez. The Hail Mary pass on the inside to Patrick Corker in the second. And he won't be going anywhere. He'll be quickly brought down on their own 30. But the Storm, they were looking dangerous there defensively. The Roosters were looking strong, and they looked like they were getting opened up. But thankfully for them, they did get the ball back pretty quick. Akatank there, strong run. And the offload to Matt Galaxy, trying to find some room there, the number 6. And not being able to get to full tilt there. Now they go right, and Sanchez on the inside of White, who finds the backfield again. He's got no support. He's up against Snicko Bro, and he's not going to get there, Snicko. The fullback can't save the day, and the captain, Jack White, opens the scoring at home for Melbourne. A brilliant run there from Jack White, just finding a hole through the line, and he was absolutely on the treadmill in those final 10 meters. And fullback captain Snicko Bro wasn't able to stop the rampaging number 13. I'm talking about fullbacks converging there as Tama there for the Melbourne Storm, straight over the black dot, and we're over 6 points nil. Roosters have got a bit of work to do now. And that was all off of an error there. A wayward pass from Lopez for the Roosters. That second rower found himself into some open pastures, but he threw the ball back on the inside, collected by the Storm. And from that, they just used that momentum, found their way upfield. But what a run from Jack White. Brilliant run. And Ross Buckley to get us back underway, who will be the goal kicker for the Roosters this evening. Galaxy now winding it up. He put a bit of a swerve on the defense there, trying not to get hit. And he'll run it up to the 20 as well. Ball at the back here. And a long pass out to Tama Tabau, and he won't go very far, just up over the 20-meter mark. Second now, they go right, and Galaxy back underneath for the number 12 there, and Luke Brev. And just over the 30-meter mark. They go left now, Akatank. Brought down there. Which way they will go? The Storm, they go right. Galaxy, not able to go very far there on the 45-meter mark. Fifth, by the way, my apologies, it was Jordan Moloko for that number 12 there for the Storm. And Metcalf brought down. Beautiful kick. Buckley for the return. And he won't go too far. On the 25-meter mark, Ross Buckley collects it. The kick and gets tackled too. They come right now, the Roosters. They play it short off to Shaq Daddy. And on that 35-meter mark, second tackle it is. They go right once more. And the Hail Mary short ball. Snicko looked to be through. He handed it out the back to his number 7 in Matthews. But Snicko Bro had an opportunity there to take on the line, but he just passed the ball out the back. Fourth tackle here now. 2 meters short of the halfway. Man goes for a dart. He won't find much room. They did quickly to just shut down the whole of Melbourne Storm and bring it about fifth tackle. No, it won't. 6 again. And Hugh Man milked it to perfection. Matthews now. Long ball at the back. Finding Snicko, but he won't be able to get into the backfield, but he's looking dangerous. Trying to get himself involved here. Trying to make up for that try that he let in. And Lopez once more driving it up to that 15-meter mark in the red zone with plenty of room to work with the Roosters. Setting up numbers down the short side. They're going to go that way. Shaq Daddy. Ball playing it out to Ross Buckley. But look at this tackle there on him. Melbourne Storm converging well, but they're back up to the right now, and they're not onside fully, the Storm. Short ball to Shaq Daddy, but he's not going to go too far there on the 10-meter line. Fourth tackle. They go right. Dolan had numbers on his outside, but the Melbourne Storm defensive line just too quick there. Not giving the Roosters an opportunity, but he'll have an opportunity to kick the ball. Yagol Maikazi. And it'll be taken beautifully by Snicko Bro. The two fullbacks leaping in the air. But it's Bro who comes down with it. But the scramble there of the Storm do well. And Juicy J there running it up on their 15-meter line. Brave carry there from the prop forward. They're looking to turn on the heat in defence. The Roosters, but the Melbourne Storm are trying to turn it on and attack as well. Right this time, back on the inside, and Tama Tabau not going too far there, just inside of the 40-meter mark, third tackle. And a switch play up here for the Storm now. They'll play it back on the inside to White. He's straight through again. And he collides with a familiar face there in Snicko Bro, who's taken out of the back at the moment. So if another line break does happen, well, watch out. And an offload back this time to Patron Corker and 2, but they do well not to rest on their laurels, the Roosters. They were up quickly for it. Galaxy punt crossfield to Ross Buckley. Something that they've been targeting a player. But and that's probably why. Brilliant defense there by the Roosters. By the Storm on Ross Buckley. Dolan, short ball. Makazi straight through. A good run. But brought down quickly by the fullback. They haven't given away too many penalties. Oh, sorry, too many line breaks in deep inside of Roosters half Melbourne. But that was the first of maybe more to come. Man, he's been testing the ruck. And Ross Buckley now to the backfield. Needs to beat the fullback. No, he can't. Brilliant tackle there by Tama Tabau. And be brought down outside of the 30-metre mark. It's fourth now. And a wayward pass picked up by McCuzzy last minute. He finds the backfield. Needs to beat the fullback. The locks from both sides are on fire, but this time it's Yagor's turn. It's the right hand of the upright. It's fifth tackle. Roosters players either side. Man directs it to the left. It's going to be the grubber from Dolan. Chase is coming. Picked up there by Jordan Moloko to save a certain try. Because the Roosters were trembling onto that one, but he saves a certain one. And the Melbourne Storm hold on to this 6-point lead. Eddie White trying to find some yards for his side. Akatank now, he's going to find a hole, and he's got some legs, the prop forward. Snicko right next to him, and more in company, but look at the prop fly. He goes absolutely downfield 50 metres inside of the 20-metre mark, and they're in the red zone now here, the Melbourne Storm. They come right. Galaxy out the back to White. And Jack White inside of that 10-metre mark. 3 to bring down the lock. They know how dangerous he is, the Roosters. Corcoran goes right. It's going to be Jordan Moloko driving it, but they'll put him on his back on the end goal. And the referee wants to go upstairs to check this one. It will go up as no try. And will be called held up. Red lights for fifth tackle here for the Storm. Let's see what they've got here for their fifth tackle option. We haven't seen much when it comes to their attacking kicks. But we'll hopefully maybe see it on show here. Galaxy puts up the bomb. Chase is coming. How good are they in the air? Beautiful take. The fullback. He can't get it down, though. The Roosters scramble beautifully, and it'll be a 10-metre tap there for the Roosters. But, oh, they've got some units. And talking about units, Shaq Daddy there, absolutely just trying to monster his way through this Melbourne Storm defensive line. There's Liam Strodinger there for a carry up over the 30. Short ball to Matthews. Oh, he's got a bit of pace there. And number 7 trying to find a hole. It's third. Man comes back to the left now. And Yagor McCuzzy plays it out the back to Dolan. But no way through there for the number 6. And some fresh props coming onto the field for the Roosters. Chris Jones and James Hogan. And Snicko Bro putting on the pirouette there. Trying to get through the line. 35 out from the Melbourne line. The Roosters play the ball. And Hugh Man there, sending the ball into the pocket for the punt downfield from Drew Matthews. Gets ricochet picked up there by Luke Brev. And he's not going to go too far. He'll be brought down on the 15. Well, it's not worst case scenario. They still got some meters off of it, but I'm sure that they would have preferred a kick for territory downfield. And Quentin Cotter and Lachlan Lockyer on the field for the Melbourne Storm. Jack White, breaking line, strong carry there from the lock. For Pat Corcoran too to play the ball. Lachlan Lockyer there he is on the field. Up on the halfway mark, bringing about third tackle for the Storm. They come left. The Roosters on defence. Cotter now. 3 to bring down the prop forward. 10 over halfway. Fourth tackle, and they'll go left. The long ball out to Ryan Nolt. Ryan Nolt, my apologies. And they'll put in, slow play the ball. He's taking his time here, Pat. He's going to go for a run instead. And a miscommunication in the ruck, not knowing that the ball was there, the hooker. And a bit more room to work with here. The Roosters coming out of their own end instead of starting on their 10 or 5 metre line. Just up on the 30 now, and they're going to go for the early shift inside of their own half. Out to the winger there. Jackson Chapman, dangerous, leaving one on the ground, but the inside cover of the Storm do well. And a good run there from the number 12, Luke Brev. They'll go left this time to Jones. Maybe it's Joins, we'll never know. Now they'll go left, it's Hogan. Short ball there to Lopez, and Lopez brought down just 10 over the halfway mark, and the play of the ball, Man delivers into the pocket for Matthews. The punt downfield to be collected there by Jose Ariwi Jones. And he looked dangerous there, Ariwi Jones, but he'd be brought down on the 15. Trying to up the ante in their defence now here, the Roosters. 25 out from their own line, the Storm. A bit of work to do. Corcoran too finds a hole. And it'll be brought down very quickly, though, by the assistance of the original defensive line. And now the fullback goes for a run. There's nobody at home. And Tama Taba'u is going to pull away from the defense. Brilliant. Just eyes up rugby league. That's all instinctive from the young fullback. Pulling it away. Snicko Bro not at home. And he's just tearing this Roosters defensive line to shreds. And it was just some brilliant eyesight from him, realizing that just previously in the play, it was Pat Corcoran who took advantage of the offside markers and then finding Snicko Ruck right in front of him. And he went, well, I'm going to run the ball. I'm going to step around you. And then I'm going to pull away from the try because nobody was at home. Brilliant rugby league and a very good way for the fullback to inject himself around the ruck, realizing there's no hooker. Well, let me jump in here and take advantage of another quick play the ball, because that's what was happening. Back-to-back quick play the balls, and the Roosters' defense just wasn't able to capitalize on trying to stop it. And Jordan Maloko there winding it up off the back fence. Just on the 15-meter mark. White stepping around one. Going back to the left now will be Lockyer at the back to Quentin Cotter. 35-meter mark for the Melbourne Storm and about 13 minutes to go. Marker's offside again. He goes straight through once more, Corcoran. He offloads it this time to when there's no fullback at home, and a good run there from the number 11. Ryan Nolt, a strong carry there from him. They're set out deep to the right now here, the Storm. Galaxy links up with Metcalf. He goes off here to the fullback once more, but they do well to wrap him up, the Roosters defenders. Fifth tackle it is for them on the 30-meter line for the Storm. The kick downfield from Luke Metcalf, and to be collected by Jackson Chapman, who's looked dangerous with some of these kick returns, but not on this occasion. Matt Galaxy coming up with a brilliant tackle there to drive the winger back into the turf. Good ball there to Luke Brev, but he's not going to go too far, the number 12. It's Melbourne defense trying to put some pressure on now with their line speed. And Chris joins. They're not going too far once more, just inside of the 20-meter mark, third tackle. Hugh Mann goes for a carry, finding a hole. Good run. But the pass back to Ryan Nolt is not going to be a good one there, because they're going to be back on the offensive, the Melbourne Storm, with 10 minutes to go and a full set up their sleeve. It goes out to the back to the fullback. They didn't look organised, but Eddie White finds the backfield, and Snicko Bro has to hold him up in the field of play, which he does. But it's only second tackle. The Roosters, can they hold on? Corcoran plays it short here. Oh, he's over! A brilliant run from Tyrese Tonga. And he's going to find the line, the little nifty and crafty number 3. And the outside backs now here for Melbourne, just injecting themselves into the contest. And it's happened time and time again throughout this first half. The Sydney Roosters just give away possession in crucial parts of the game, especially when you have the opportunity to with the ball, and so early. That was only second tackle there for them. A risky offload gets collected, and 2 tackles later, the Storm, they just play to their strengths, knowing that they've had to do a lot of defending here, the Roosters. They're tired. You can see the dirt and on their jersey, the amount of defense they've had to do in this first half. And the Storm are just seeing the rewards from going set for set with them and breaking them down. And they've got a big work and a lot to pick up at halftime, because you're down 18 points to 0, Roosters. And Matt Galaxy's got to run it up to the 25-meter mark. Good kick return there from the number 6. First it is now. Storm go left. They play it out the back here to Sanchez, who goes straight around one. A beautiful run there from him. Sanchez now. They go right, and Rawiri Jones ball plays it to Ryan Nolt. A good ball from the winger. Back on the inside. Chapman now. A foot race with the fullback. Metcalf's coming up on the inside. He's not going to get there, though. Tama Taba'u has to bring him down. They go right once more. It's Dolan out the back to Hogan. And James Hogan, they're brought down just outside in front of the sticks. Can they find a try coming into half-time? Yagor Makazi put onto his back. Far right hand to the upright. It's third. They've got numbers out to the back, but Hugh Mann tries to go himself, but he won't go too far. Numbers left. They go there. Short ball. Oh, Matthews. I reckon he had to risk that one. They get around the legs, though, on him, the Storm. And this will be fifth tackle, but just before we get to there, the referee wants to check, seeing if he was able to find the line there, Matthews. But unfortunately for the Roosters, won't be on this occasion. They've got an opportunity, though. Find a grubber. You need to find something. This will be one of your last opportunities with the ball in the first half, so you might as well just give it your all. 7 minutes to go in the first half. Dolan, he just holds on to it. That is not what the Roosters need when you're down by 18 points. You got to take some risks. And there is no confidence in this spine at all from the Roosters, not taking any chances or really showing any game plan when it comes to having opportunity down inside of the Storm's red zone. Ryan Nolte there now, just up over the 20-meter mark. Storm with the ball in hand, second tackle. They'll come right. Galaxy out the back to the fullback once more. He'll be neck and neck with Snicko, but a good tackle up on the inside made by a Roosters defender. Right once more. Metcalf back on the inside. Ricocheted, picked up by Patch Corcoran too. He'll make a good run to the number 9. Fourth tackle. They come right and they'll go back to Metcalf. On the 30-meter mark, fifth tackle. Well, maybe a kick return try here from Chapman. Somebody needs to step up here for the Roosters. And it will be that man, Jackson Chapman, with the ball in hand. He won't go too far. Brought down on the 15-meter mark by the Storm. Now they go left. Matthews, short ball out to Luke Brev once more. 25-meter mark. Second tackle, left once more here for them. Yagor Makazi. They're reading him well so far, not giving him very much when it comes to space. They know how dangerous he can be. And Lopez there playing the ball. Numbers down this left-hand side. They might go for the early kick. It's just inside the 40 from Dolan. The fullback's covering back and he positions himself to perfection. He won't break the line, but he stopped the 40-20, giving the Roosters the ability to find a try potentially coming into halftime. And Tyrese Tonga into the backfield once more, and he's showing some pace up against Snicko, bro. Snicko there with him. Brings him down on the 10 just by the ankles. Now they come right the Storm. Galaxy out the back to Lachlan Lockyer, but a beautiful read there by the Roosters defense, driving him back. Numbers left and right. Corcoran goes right. They play it at the back. They're going to look for Eddie White. Eddie White breaks one. Still going. They need to get around the legs. No, they can't. Eddie White just stampeding to, leaving fallen Roosters players in his wake. And a sea of despair so far in this first half for Roosters fans as well as players. They're not performing to the standard that I'm sure that they would want to be playing at this point in time. And the fullback to convert, who's been successful from 3 from 3 so far here, looking for 4 from 4 in this first half. 4 converted tries in the first half here from the Storm. Showing off a masterclass in attack. And not just length of the field efforts. Some of them have been hard worked for, and that one was from Eddie White. It was a brilliant try. Going into halftime, I just want to talk a bit about the Roosters. They really need to be tightening up their middle. That first 20-minute stanza, Jack White was absolutely all over them, making line breaks, and that's where the first try came from, through the middle of the field. And they earned the right to go out wide the Storm. We'll talk about a bit in the second half what the Roosters need to do, but all of this has come from the Roosters' middle, not being able to hold up to the likes of Akatank, Juicy J, and especially Jack White. They went through the middle of the Storm. They earned the right to go out wide, and the points have just shown what happens when you earn that right. Corcoran too, just winding down the clock here coming into halftime. Not wanting to give the ball back to the Roosters here. Here goes the fullback once more. He goes straight through. Snicko's not there. The ankle tap is a try saver there from Shaq Daddy. Potentially looking at 30 points as well. What a try saver. And that will be halftime. We'll see you very shortly for the second half.
I'm just waiting for Kiss Cam to come on me. It's not happening. Do you like it? Do you like it? The environment here, do you like the footy? Yes, we're on.
We're live.
Yeah, we're live.
Yes. Yeah,
You're not you when you're hungry.
This is an amazing
Snickos.
reception that we've received.
Hey SRL fans, want to support the league further? Join the Simulation Rugby League Patreon. Get exclusive access to additional content, early access to league releases and supporter-only giveaways and upgrades. Whatever you're looking for, we have something for every fan. When you become a Patreon, you're more than just a spectator. You're a crucial part of our team. Your support helps us keep delivering the high-quality matches and content that you love, and it ensures that we can keep the SRL experience growing for fans of all ages. It's super simple. Head to our Patreon page, pick the tier that's right for you, and you're in. Every bit of support helps us grow and makes the SRL an even better place for everyone. Now, back to the game.
And a beautiful welcome back here to the second half. SRL fans going into the sheds. The Melbourne Storm put together a clinic in that first half up against the Roosters at home. Home fans wanting to jump the fence at halftime to congratulate their team for putting together a spectacular performance. And at halftime, I had an opportunity myself to go through the stats and just to have a bit of a think about what the Roosters need to do in the second half and where it all went wrong in that first half. And I did a light and hint to it. It was the middle. They just gave up their middle too quickly, the Roosters. Not enough ferocity and just a resilience when it comes to wanting to defend and make your tackles consistently, because they just gave way to too many line breaks, which then allowed the likes of Tyrese Tonga and Tamatabau just to cruise through those crazy outside backs. A ricocheted kick and picked up there by that man right there, Tyrese Tonga. But if the Roosters want to come back here, they need to lock down their middle. And that's where it starts here for them. And most importantly as well, their defense. They can't concede any more points. Anything more than this margin, I genuinely believe they won't be able to come back from. But I'm not going to write them off just yet. And this meant Snicko Bro, I'm sure he's going to want to have a big imprint and a big involvement to this comeback as well. Blaine now playing it at hooker, coming on. Dan Blaine off the bench. And also Trey Askew as well has come off the bench as well. Snicko, his second run in the set. The Roosters now 10 over the halfway mark. It will be third tackle. They come left, and a strong run there from a Craven. Left they go, down the short side. The ball at the back, and there he is, Trey Askew, just brought down on the 30-metre mark outside of the Storm line. Dolan punting it downfield to be collected here by Hosea Rui-Jones on the full. And brilliant kick chase from the Roosters. That's what they need. Now they got to back it up with a full defensive set now. Very good tackle there on Sanchez, getting 3 numbers in there. Fighting to get back on side. They do well, the Roosters. The short ball from Galaxy off to Lachlan Lockyer. Inside of the 30-metre mark. They're set out deep to the left. And Sanchez now for a carry. Offloads it back on the inside to White. On the 40-metre mark, they're going to go for the early kick with Galaxy. That's a shocker of a kick from the number 6. Dolan picks up the ball, and Matthew Galaxy really needs to revisit the boot, because I don't think that's the way you want to be kicking when you're on your own 40-metre line. Matthews now trying to find the backfield, brought down on the 25. The Roosters would love to find a try here. Dan Blaine trying to find a bit more out of dummy half. I honestly do believe Hugh Man had a very good first half at hooker. A few questions defensively from him, I will have to say. We'll see if Dan Blaine can help relock up the middle. Blaine now gets a fend off and it'll be brought down on the 10-metre mark. 5th tackle. 6 minutes gone in the second half. And Dolan goes left. It will be Strodinger playing it out the back. Brev, grubber, picked up by Bro, but it'll be brought down just in the field play, and they're not going to find the line, unfortunately. Some Melbourne defense just doing a bit too much. And straight around there, Shaq Daddy not being able to bring down the electric fullback for the Melbourne Storm. Left they come this time. Lachlan Lockyer. Inside of the 40-meter mark at second tackle. And Corcoran 2 will go left. And Sanchez now. No fear, just all courage. Right this time. Galaxy plays it short off to Lockyer. And Lockyer, he gets rid of Shaq Daddy, leaving him on the ground. Slow to get up there, the big prop. And this is where it started for the Storm in the first half. Just finding their go-through in the middle. Giving it to the backs. Here he goes, the fullback. Trying to get around, bro. Offload onto the inside to Cotter. Second tackle, and they've gone 88 meters here, the Storm. They come left. White, Jack White will be put onto his back. Good defense there from the Roosters, but they can't be giving away that easy meters. Too many meters given away in a set. Shaq Daddy now, strong carry. Over the 20-meter mark for the Roosters. They come right, and Luke Brev there driving up the ball. And Matthews. Oh, no. Sanchez with the ball in hand. That is so unfortunate. The Roosters, I don't know if it's score poor pressure. I'm not too sure, but inside your own half throwing offloads like that. Oh, no. It's a coach killer, that stuff. Oh, White, a massive fend. Absolutely going straight through. Now they go right. Inside, Tyrese Tonga hunting around the middle. Two to bring him down, and they're going to play flat on this left-hand side now to Matt Galaxy. Probably a bit too flat there from the Storm. They'll come back right, and they'll play it short off to Quinton Cotter. Cotter, the crash dive play. Shaq Daddy comes to save the day, though. Puts him on his back. Needs to get back on side, which he does. And, Corcoran 2 goes himself. I'm not too sure what happened there. But it just opened up at the ruck. We won't get a replay from it, unfortunately. But that is going to be an interesting one for the SRL faithful to talk about and read back and replay back on. And a conversion there from the fullback. Successful from all kicks so far in the first and second half up to this point. Very clean off the boot. And Trey Askew's taken over the kicking duties, with Ross Buckley being on the bench so far, looking to come back on for the final 20 minutes, potentially in that prop rotation there. And Luke Metcalf driving it up. A very good kick chase there off the kickoff from the Storm, from the Roosters. Oh, he's done that a few times in the first half, and he comes up with another. Shaq Daddy with a big hit, and this time he's trying to ignite his side in defense. Here he comes with a run. He deserves to try the big prop, but it'll be brought down. 3 in the tackle. Maybe Blaine goes himself. Blaine trying to find the sticks. He'll be put onto his back, though. And the ref thinks it's very close, so we're going to go up and check it. You got the fullback and Jack White all over that man. Not going to find the line through there. Maybe an alternative route here for the Roosters potentially, but they needed to score the first try. They're down by 30 points. Oh, Snicko, bro, out of dummy half. He's going to get there, the fullback too. That's a brilliant little crafty try from the number 1. Just driving down low, getting around a tired prop forward there in Lachlan Lockyer. Getting low, using his low center of gravity and driving to the ground. Very good try from the number 1. He had to inject himself somehow, and he comes up with the first points for his side in the second half. And a conversion there from Trey Askew. And back up on the halfway here. Storm conceding the first try of the game. Or conceding their first points of the game, my apologies. And Roosters wanting to find another quickly as well. We'll see what they can do with this ball and for this set after points. Matthews with the strong carry. Well, thought he was going to get a few more meters there, but he did well to hunt him down, the Storm chaser. Back on the inside of Bro, who can't break the line. Brought down there by a good tackle from Sanchez. Left now, McCuzzy. Short ball to Shaq Daddy. Oh, he gets rid of one there, Shaq. A strong carry and the offload this time here to Gooch. And a beautiful run here from him. Well, they're finding some momentum now here, the Roosters. Third tackle, they come right. Ball playing there from Shaq Daddy. Out to Yagor McCuzzy. Fourth tackle on the 20-meter mark and a 6 again given away from the Melbourne Storm. The Roosters now. Brev there with a strong carry just outside of the 10. It will be first tackle. Left they come, and it will be McCuzzy. Yagor brought down on the 15. Second. They'll come left, and it will be Liam Strodinger there to be brought down on the 5-meter mark. Right. Oh, ricocheted. Picked up. Oh, my gosh, the Roosters. That is an absolute horror show. And they're going to get punished nearly now by the fullback. We can see the fatigue from the amount of defense they've had to do. That pass from dummy half was absolutely bonkers. 30 out from their own line. The Storm, they'll come left. Quentin Cotter. Just inside the 40-meter mark, fourth tackle. And an early kick here from the Storm. Potentially no. Corcoran just goes for a run. The offload and an accidental offside. Well, I think the referee has called the offload from Corcoran. Hits Sneeko Bro. And then Shaq Daddy was in front of the ball. Very unfortunate circumstances there from the for the Roosters. But can the Storm take advantage of this stroke of luck? And Jaden Walker there. First touch of the game by the looks of that. They come right out the back to White. The long pass. Tyrese Tonga's in for a double. And it was all from a Hail Mary pass from Jack White. Overreading the play, the Roosters. They get up in front of the ball and they just throw it underneath. Shaq Daddy there out of position. Got absolutely turned on. He looked to go out and then just quickly took a bit of space on the inside there. Readjusted his rung, Tyrese Tonga. And the Roosters concede another one. Successful conversion once more there from Tama Tabau. Up on the halfway there, and Tyler Ashkew. Ashkew, my apologies. With 21 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in the second half. Your final game of on your Wednesday evening. And here comes a kick return from Luke Metcalf as well. And how about round 3? When you look back on it, just what a round it's been. Oh, Cotter gets leveled. And the Storm putting together a comprehensive game so far. And a brilliant run here from the fullback. He just outpaces Sneeko Bro. And the offload back on the inside of Tyrese Tonga. Sneeko having to do a lot of work this game. He's looking tired towards the back end. Well, at least then when it came up to try and matching it with his opposition fullback. And here comes a run now from Tyler Doonan. Just on the 30-meter mark, 67 meters gained here from the Melbourne Storm. And Metcalf's in the pocket to punt it cross-field to be taken here by Jackson Chapman for the kick return. Chapman not going nowhere. Brilliant tackle made. And the Storm's kick chase has just been shutting down these outside backs all evening in the Roosters. Some fresh legs on the field here for them to finish off the game. And there's one of them, Hugh Mann, off to Ross Buckley, coming into the prop interchange. Third tackle. They'll go right now. And Luke Brev there to drive it up just to that 30-meter mark, fourth tackle. And here comes a run there from Dan Blaine, straight into the backfield. And a bit of pace there off the mark as well, but didn't have too much in the top end. Slow play the ball. They'll go left, and the kick downfield from Drew Matthews to be collected here by Hosea Rui-Jones. Or he might be taken into touch here. Yes, he will. The touchy's flag goes into the air. Brilliant tackle on the winger by the Roosters. And they'll be set up here down in the Melbourne Storm end looking for a try. A great tackle there made by the number 11. And they'll go straight down the short side. Lopez. Not really being able to do much there, just on the 20-metre mark. They'll come left once more, and it will be Strodinger. Brought down. Human. Outside of the 10. Blaine goes for a run. Offloads it back to Strodinger. Gets rid of one. The number 10 going himself. Put onto his back. And once more, Kennedy wants to go up and check. No try there from the bunker. Let's see what they've got here. The Roosters. Playing the ball here, Gooch. They'll go right. Straight over. Oh, big shot put on. Snicko picked up there by Luke Brev. They'll get around the legs though and put him onto his back once more. The defense from Melbourne's brilliant, but that hit there on Snicko looked to be a questionable one. Taking a beating there, the fullback. And they're turning them around so far here, the Storm. But Roosters, have they got a trick up their sleeve for fifth tackle? Out the back. Matthews puts the crossfield bomb up in the air. Chase is coming. And a brilliant tap back. Picked up. Bro, can he find two? No, he can't. He'll be brought down 5 metres out. He put on the pirouette, but just play halted there for him, not going any further. Tyrese Tonga straight up into the meat of the Roosters defence. First tackle. Left, they will send it off here to the Melbourne Storm. Akatank. And Corcoran 2. Brought down on the 25-metre mark. Third tackle here for the Melbourne Storm. Roosters defending well. But hang on, watch out. They've done a very good job to read that one, because there's been many of time this evening that man's gone off to the races. Tyrese Tonga there, well handled. Brought down on the 35-metre mark. Fifth here. 30 metres gained. One of the better defensive sets from the Roosters this evening. Big kick needed from Metcalf. He'll deliver it. Landing on the opposition 30-metre line. Chapman for the return. Better space to move. But Corcoran 2 makes a brilliant tackle up top. Left they'll go. You man. Back to Shaq Daddy. He'll ball play it off to Craven. Blaine goes right, back on the inside to Bro. Bro not at being able to step around anyone there, not going too far. And going for a run now, Dan Blaine. He won't go too far, brought down on the 25. Fifth tackle here, the Roosters. And just got to throw the kitchen sink at him here now at the Storm. Dolan just puts up the conventional up and under. He gets taken by Ashq, won't go too far, brought down pretty quickly there by the winger who missed the catch. Metcalf out the back here now to Juicy J, leveled a big shot on him. Going to be driven back to the 2-metre line. Akatank, ball plays it out to Sanchez. Sanchez getting up for a quick play of the ball. And Corcoran 2 will go for a run here, fun to backfield and knock accidental offside. Okay, I don't understand that one there. Corcoran 2 went for a pass and it got knocked on, and then an accidental offside against the Roosters. An interesting call. I agreed with the first one, but that second one looked to be despicable. Hosea Rui-Jones outside of the 40-metre mark, third tackle. Melbourne, they'll go right. They'll play it out the back here for the fullback. And then he plays it off short to Metcalf. Oh, there's a bit of space, and he's got a bit of pace as well, Luke Metcalf. Fourth tackle. Sanchez now. Rampaging run up towards the Roosters line. 20 out from the Roosters line. They'll go right. Grab a kick here from Galaxy. Picked up by the fullback. He's going to run. They're not going to get there. And Tama Tabau is going to find a third here this evening, I'm pretty sure. No, it's a second. My apologies. Don't listen to me. I can't count. I don't do maths. I just say words to things that happen. But this fullback has been electric. And a precision grubber kick from Matt Galaxy. He might not have the long distance kicking game on boots on this evening, but he knows how to kick a ball short and put it into space, and that's what he did for the fullback. And within 70 minutes, Melbourne have put up 40 points up against the Roosters. There's going to be a lot of question marks going into next week about what can this Roosters side do to turn this around, because this is, it's a big scoreline in the circumstances of scorelines that we have seen in SRL 2.0 to date. And you have to put it to the Melbourne Storm. They've absolutely just suffocated the Roosters. Now, they haven't had much opportunity with the ball. They've done well to get themselves back into the game in the second half, but it hasn't been a 40-minute performance, let alone an 81. You would have thought that they would have been better and try to play a bit more of an expansive and more of a, just a better game of sort of footy in the second half. Apologies for the slow talking matter, but that's what they needed to come to the second half with something a bit different, something changed, because the first half wasn't working, and they can't get their game on the Roosters. Melbourne are just too good this game. There's nothing much you can really say for it. There's been a few good individual moments. I do genuinely believe Snicko Bro's played his guts out for his side. He's left everything that he has out there on the field in defense and attack. It's not too much more he could have done, I believe. But he's his own best critic. Corcoran 2 now, brought down on the 25-meter mark, and fifth tackle, the handover, not the best of ways to finish off a set. Left, they will come now, off to Hugh Man. Man brought down up over the 30-meter mark, first tackle. I'll go right. Matthews driving it just up over the 40-meter mark. Second here now for the Roosters. Numbers down the short side, and Blaine sends it that way off to the winger, Jackson Chapman. And brought down there by Lopez. Oh, so my apologies. It was not Lopez. It was Sanchez. And Blaine now going for a carry on the 25-meter mark, and fifth tackle here for them. Roosters going to go for the grubber here with Matthews, trying to find it himself, but Juicy J picks it up to save the day. And Melbourne might have their final set with the ball in hand here. Akatank driven back there by Shaq Daddy and company. Blaine in that tackle. Metcalf flat-footed. Picked up on the 20-meter mark where the ball was originally played. Sanchez there with the carry. Just on the 30-meter line, fourth tackle. They go right, and they'll get a bit expansive now here, Melbourne. Trying to find their fullback to maybe find him that three-peat, but he's not going to find three. And a pretty quick set there from Melbourne. They'll kick it downfield. And nobody at home there for them. Snicko did it. Took his time to get back on side. Now he's off Snicko, but he's brought down pretty quickly there by his opposition fullback. Snicko was out of position for that one. Just outside of the 40. They'll go left. Dolan, short ball. Off to Craven. And Craven playing the ball. Blaine goes for a run. He's going to find some space, but not much. It gets quickly closed down, and a brilliant tackle made on him. Fourth here now. They'll go right. Dolan, short ball, knock on. And trying to find some points coming into full time. The Roosters just knock the ball on inside of the Melbourne half. Corcoran very tired, gets a fend away, but doesn't run too far. Juicy J gets the ball at the back from Metcalf. Left they'll go, and it will be Akatank. 3 in the tackle there, just 12 over the halfway mark. And they play it off short to Sanchez to finish off the set here, Melbourne. The Roosters looking to finish off the game with the ball in hand. They'll punt it downfield. Metcalf to be collected here by Trey Ashkew. But he's not out the back there, the winger. He takes his time. He picks it up just at the death. He goes around the fullback. He goes into touch. And Melbourne are going to get the ball back here 10 metres out. Well, that just completes the story of the night there for the Roosters. That just tells it in an absolute nutshell. The defensive line's in disarray, but they finally get back on into their positions. And the referee calling this one in the field of play. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for a little scoot here, Corcoran too. He does, but they read it very well. And numbers out to the left, but Metcalf's just going to hold on to it. Shaq Daddy making some brilliant back-to-back tackles here. Oh, third time out of dummy half from the Melbourne Storm. The Roosters reading it very well, though. Left they go. Galaxy had numbers out to his left, but he just held on to it. 5th tackle. The playmaker's coming out to the right. What have Melbourne got to finish it off for their fans? It's a grabber kick. Here he comes, the fullback. He gets 3. It's Tama Taba'u with the brilliant grabber kick from the Melbourne Storm halves. Oh, the little left-right from him as well. Getting the celebrations on here in Melbourne at Amy Park. And a long flight home here for the Roosters, unfortunately. Melbourne Storm fans, though, get up and celebrate proud because this is a brilliant performance. Looking for 48 points. And the conversion will bring us around to full time. Just a bit of an acute angle, right hand to the upright, and the left to right swing there from him. What a game, Melbourne at home. Not a comprehensive win. That is a brilliant display to the rest of the competition. Watch out as we look at the general match stats here from both sides. Tries 8-1. But the possession really does tell the story. 69% to 31, only for the Roosters. Melbourne definitely had more ball, but there's a difference between having more ball and what you do with it. Melbourne completed 24 out of 27 sets. That's probably some of the best completion rates you'll ever see in the SRL, while the Roosters were only 15 from 23. Definitely something to look on. Those errors, not all of this was just Melbourne brilliance. Some of this was self-inflicted by the Roosters. And some of the errors that they had. And talking about errors, 8 errors to 3. The Roosters winning that one by a long margin. 0 penalties conceded. The tackle's pretty even. Definitely more in the Roosters' favour. 34 line breaks to 21. Melbourne ran more metres and plenty of tries to go along with it. And as we go along to look at the individual stats here for the Melbourne Storm, 48 points put on the board here this evening. Their spine connecting beautifully. Yeah, the likes of Metcalf and Galaxy coming along with off the boot and the long distance kicks. But it was the outside backs that really just put together brilliant performance. You look at Tama Taba'u, 3 tries, and he ran for also 350 odd metres as well for the Melbourne Storm. And also, if we do go back up to the top as well, I want to talk about Jack White, the skipper, the man who led from the front in that first half. Running for 188 metres, 28 tackles, 4 line breaks, 2 tackle breaks, 2 try assists for the lock. Well, my oh my, that is a brilliant game from him, and the try on top. A brilliant performance from him. Then you had Matt Galaxy, and then Luke Metcalf, sort of sharing the in-play kicking, 151 for Galaxy, and then also 136 for Luke Metcalf. But a brilliant game across the board. It was a team effort from them. So we head over to the Roosters. Not too many standouts here for the Roosters. Snicko, bro, by the looks of it, only 3 players really clocked over 100 metres. Snicko leading it at 115, tied along with Jackson Chapman. Snicko you can't fault him. He gave it his all. Look at that 5-line break, 17 tackles for a fullback, 1 try. The 3 errors, you can say 3 errors, but I think the 3 errors show just how much of his willingness he was trying, just how much he tried. Those 3 errors just came from the amount of frustration that he was feeling out there on the field, and that's not his fault because the pressure was brought on by other players in the side, which I'm sure are going to get a massive talking to in this coming week into round 4. Unfortunately, the Roosters, a long flight home, unsuccessful here this evening up against the Melbourne Storm. Your final game, well, what a game it was to wait for, 48 points to 6. The Melbourne Storm putting together an absolute classic performance for their home fans at Amy Park. I'm Eddie Oliver. Thank you so much for joining me. It was a pleasure to take you along and commentate this game for you. We'll see you next week for round 4. But until then, stay tuned for some more SRL action.